Welcome back, everybody. Jess.
Long time no honey jam. I'm Honey,
And I'm Jam. And this is
and we're back.
Honey
Honey
Jam.
jam.
Yeah, that's right. We're a little rusty,
We are.
but, we want to hop on before the last few days of 2024. Can you believe that, Jess?
That's crazy, dude. I can't believe that we are approaching 2025. Like, that means we graduated college 10 years ago.
Let's not, let's just not talk about that. I just
Yeah,
don't want
let's
to think about
just.
that. We're turning 32 in the new year, which is like ancient to me.
Wait, why does my hair look like the bad guy from Ojingo Game?
I was just going to say.
You know the bad guy, the top stakari, the sidekick.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. I was just gonna say, for those of you who aren't watching our podcast right now, please go straight to our YouTube channel or my YouTube channel and watch this because
Why?
Jess is rocking a new hairstyle. We're
That's
loving this
so
new
lame.
do. She
Janice
sent
literally
me.
made fun of me.
Oh, it's funny because that same week I got a haircut and I
Uh-huh.
really hated my haircut. Like Danielle and I, we went to get our haircut and it was really cheap. Esther got her haircut too, the three of us. Esther's hair came out really good. And then mine and Danielle's like just looked kind of weird.
Yeah.
It was really cheap though. It was only Iman on 20, like less than $20. And I
Wow.
thought mine was bad. And then Jess sent me a selfie and she's like, um, why do I look
It's
like
because,
Snape?
yes, I am definitely Professor Snapein out here. Um, and it's just because the picture that I showed Janice and the person that,
Yeah.
okay, first of all, my haircut, okay,
Yeah.
I went to a neighborhood hair salon.
Okay.
And I was just gonna be like just super fast, like bada bing,
Uh,
bada boom, you know?
yeah, we
I
love a
wasn't
quick
even
cut.
expecting, yes, I wasn't even expecting like a fabulous haircut. It's just I just wanted a quick cut,
Yeah,
hair grows, it's fine.
in and out.
In and out, like whatever. I wasn't even that picky, right?
Mm-hmm.
But this woman, and bless her heart, like she spends like an hour and a half on my hair. And
Uh-huh.
I'm just like my butt is sweating and like I was like, dude,
Why is she taking so long?
why is she taking so long? And then
Uh-huh.
I showed her a picture of what I wanted.
Yeah. It's
And
like a
like,
very hip haircut.
yes, a very hip haircut. And like, it looks nothing like it. And I'm
And
watching
let me
her.
ask you. Let me ask you when she was done with the haircut, how did you
Yeah.
respond?
I said, 어머나, 너무 정성스럽게 해주셔서 감사해. I said, thank you so much for spending so much of your time, like with care and effort as a
Even
people
though
pleaser.
you didn't really love the haircut.
I didn't love the haircut, but she spent so much time on it. I just wanted to get the F out of there. I was like, thank you so much for spending so much time on it.
You said,
Thank
어머나.
you. 어머나. Thank you. 감사합니다. And then I just paid my $70. It wasn't even $20 like yours. It's like $70. I think I tipped too, so it was like 80.
Oh my gosh.
And then I left and I took a selfie and sent it to Janice and she just laughed in my face because she's like, I thought my haircut was bad.
It's just because like the comparison of what you wanted, it looks completely
Yeah.
different, and it's even more hilarious because you couldn't like voice your opinion, and you're like you had to pretend like you liked it.
She layered it so it's like I'm back to my Jungkook days, like Jungkook, Calvin Klein, Professor Snape,
Yeah,
Ojingo Game, the
yeah.
bully guy. Like
The
you
list goes
name
on.
all the list goes on. But yeah, I think if I like style it a little bit, if I do like a half
Yeah.
hairdo, it's okay. And
No, when you style it, it looks fine. It's just when you
yes,
have like no makeup on, your
yeah,
raw, beautiful face, and you just like let the hair flow. It's just
Professor Snape, Professor
esque.
Snape. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yes, Professor Snape comes out. So, I'm at that point in my life where like I really do not care. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
I agree. Hmm.
it's like hair grows and like,
Yeah.
you know, I'm thankful that I can get a haircut. And honestly,
Yeah.
like I don't hate it. It's like it's so
No,
pyone. It's
it's
so
cute. It's
comfortable.
cute. I love it.
My hair dries fast.
Yes.
Um and it's just my hair doesn't fall out as much. So there you go.
Yeah.
But I feel like we have a lot to debrief about, Janice. By the way, I loved your episode with David.
We missed you.
Um,
We
I
missed you. It's
loved
not the
your
same.
guys' vulnerability, your openness, the humor through your journey, and most of all, the love and respect for each other. I just felt it all and was very moved, you know?
Aw, thanks, Jess.
And, you know, I don't know.
It's
It
out
made me
there.
miss you guys. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And I'm really happy that you shared because I'm sure like people who are going through the same journey or just like curious,
Mm-hmm.
like I'm sure they appreciated listening to all of
Yeah,
that. So,
I know.
yeah.
But this Honey Jam has been on the back burner. So now that
Uh-huh.
I'm laser focused,
Are you?
we're gonna have you and me on the podcast every week.
Uh-huh.
And in between, if you're not feeling, so on, so down to do it, which is fine. It's
Yeah.
fine. We have our trusty substitute here, David
Yes.
Jeong.
Yeah,
So
David's a great substitute. I mean, I feel like we gotta really milk out these next few months because
for sure.
like my due date is June 9th.
Baby's coming. Dude, June 9th?
Yeah, it's coming. It's coming. I feel like it's like sneaking up on me because Janice, I'm already 17 weeks. Isn't that
Oh
crazy?
my god. Wait, your bump isn't showing then though, right? Yet?
My bump. Wait, can I show you?
Oh, the bump is there.
I guess you can show
Holy
it because
crap, it's huge.
yeah, yeah.
Wait, it's really there.
And I popped early because it's my second kid. So, you know,
Oh, 원래 at the second child, does your
I
stomach come
popped.
out?
I popped as soon as I found out I was pregnant.
Oh
I was
my
like,
gosh.
why do I feel like I can't fit my pants?
근데
But I
when
heard
you
that
look from here, you can't tell at all. So that's why I'm
I
shocked.
I wear like well also I didn't gain a lot of weight as much as I did with Hui because
Uh-huh.
I just don't have an appetite
Oh.
and if anything I feel like people have been telling me I look hersuke.
Uh-huh.
So I think like
Like
face wise like
yeah.
it's like 오히려 더 약간 I just look more
Skinnier?
skinny.
You
Yeah,
look
cuz I
totally
haven't been really
normal.
but then people have been saying that they notice my bump now and
I
like
I
yeah,
can't believe you're gonna be a mom of two, Jess, and
I know.
a daughter at that.
I'm so sad. Wait, can I also mention that
Yeah,
the last episode where we're like revealing my gender? I'm so sad
yeah.
I didn't mention my dream.
Okay,
I
yes.
told you
What
my
was your
dream,
dream?
right? Okay, so
Yes.
there in Korean culture, we have
Mm-hmm.
this thing called taemong,
Mm-hmm.
and basically it's like someone dreams a birth dream for you, or
Yeah.
even the mom herself can dream that birth dream.
Kind of like a
Um,
foreshadowing.
yeah, it's like a foreshadowing, and usually like it's like an animal or like a fruit or an object that comes up in your dream and
Yeah.
like it signifies like a baby or like a certain gender
Yeah.
and
Baby is
like
coming.
yeah, baby is coming. And actually like for my brother I had a temong for Toby, my
Uh-huh.
nephew.
Uh-huh.
I had a dream that we were like at a zoo and I saw a huge like giant like Clifford status
Dog.
lion and
Oh.
no, like at the zoo animals, like
Uh-huh.
lion and tiger, and they were huge. And that was
Yeah.
my dream. And
Yeah.
I woke up thinking, oh my gosh, I think Oppa's
That
gonna be
was a
pregnant. Yeah,
uh-huh.
like I think he's
Uh-huh.
gonna have a baby.
And
Um,
anyone can have like a temong, like anyone around you, like a
yes,
family member or a
anybody.
friend.
Close friend, yeah. I don't know if your mom had a temong about you, Janice,
She
but
did, but
for
I don't remember what it was. What was yours?
my mom said she dreamed of a goldfish. So it's
That's
like
right.
yeah, like a
That's so
fish, and then like
pretty.
for my brother, I think it was like a banana or something. I don't know. Like
Oh.
yeah. So like people have like different types of dreams. It's really funny because this is like I already knew I was pregnant,
Yeah.
but I
Wait,
had
just
uh-huh.
I thought you did talk about it. The
No,
I
I
think
didn't.
you didn't the dream about, the
No, I didn't. I was
elephant?
listening. No, no, no. I was listening to the episode and I was like,
Okay.
dang it, I should have mentioned this because it's
Yes.
like a good story. But
Yeah.
I already knew I was pregnant at that point when I
Mhm.
had dreamt this.
Mhm.
And it was really early on. I had a dream. So during that time, there were coyotes in our neighborhood.
Oh,
And like a lot of
yes.
people were like talking about it because it's like kind of scary. Like there were a lot of like people who walk their dogs and stuff. So it was like the
Yeah.
talk of the town, the talk of the
And kids
neighborhood.
around too.
Yes, kids around. So and they're huge coyotes.
Mhm.
So then in my dream, I was with Joanne our previous guest, HOA
Uh-huh.
president, who also prepared our gender reveal.
Yeah.
In my dream, Joanne was like, "Hey, let's go out and let's like hunt the coyotes, or like let's
Mhm.
do something about the coyotes." And I was like, "Okay, I'm with you." So I went outside with her. This is my dream. And then I'm like, we're like looking for the coyotes, and from afar I see a cow.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, "Is that a cow?"
Uh-huh.
And it was like, it looked very aggressive, and it was like starting to charge at us.
Oh, shoot. Okay.
And then Joanne in my dream was like, don't run away, don't turn your back, or like we're gonna get hurt. So like stand your ground.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay. So we're like facing the cow. It comes up to us, is running and charging, almost like a bull, but in my memory it was a cow.
Uh-huh.
And then Joanne in my dream takes out a taser and she tases the cow. She
Uh-huh.
tases the cow, and it's like in a very professional way. She's like, "I'm tasing you so you don't get hurt. I'm tasing you so that you like whatever." And she's like narrating what she's doing while she's tasing the
Oh.
cow. And then the cow goes moo, and then it like collapses to the ground. That was and I woke up and I instantly knew it was a temong. I
Oh,
knew it was a
shoot.
birth dream. So I looked up on naver.com,
Yeah.
which is Korea's Google. What does a cow dream mean? Birth
Yeah.
dream mean?
Yeah.
And they said, if it's an aggressive, well, okay, a cow symbolizes that child will bring wealth and prosperity to your family, because it's like a symbol of, wealth.
Yeah.
If it's an aggressive cow, then it's a boy.
It's boy. Uh-huh.
If it's a calm, subdued cow, it's a girl. And I was so
Oh.
confused. I was like,
Yeah.
but it was aggressive in the beginning.
Right.
And then at the end, it collapsed and it was calm.
So is it a girl?
Yeah, and I was confused. I was like, who knows? And then we joked about it. I told that dream to like the neighborhood unnies, and they're like, that can only mean one thing. Joanne needs to deliver the news, or like she needs to deliver your baby for it to be a girl.
Uh-huh.
And it's so funny because she was the first one to know what the gender is, and she prepared the gender reveal.
Yeah.
And it's a girl.
That's crazy.
So we said Joanne tased the Y chromosome out of the baby.
Like it was gonna be a boy, but then she
it was
changed
gonna be it was XY, and then she tased the Y chromosome and changed the XX.
Wow, that's crazy.
Good story, right?
I totally forgot about that dream because it makes sense. It's a girl.
Yes, and it's just so funny because like I didn't have a temong for Hui. I don't think anyone else did. I think maybe my 할머니, but I'm not too sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, for this one, like instantly, as soon as I woke up, I was like, cow, and I looked it up. But yeah,
okay.
There are a lot of people who have crazy temong dreams, though.
Yeah, it's like such a bizarre dream. You're like, this has to mean something.
Yes. Yeah.
Do you have a name yet for baby girl?
Well, we thought of a Korean name, Arin, which means my God saves. So we've been like referring to her as Arin.
Oh, really?
Like Arini, and like when Hui like is a little like, I don't know, like when he kicks me and stuff and he's being like a sheki.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my gosh, like baby sister 아린이가 오빠 하지마 그래. Like baby Arin is saying don't do it, stop.
Yeah.
And then he comes up to my stomach, he touches me, he goes, sorry Arin.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So we've been saying Arin. Yeah. I mean, he like knows here and there.
Yeah.
But I think he forgets and like he doesn't really know.
But still, I think it's cool that you guys are like preparing him, like baby is coming.
Yeah. So we're still thinking about the English name. Josh like thought of one. I love the meaning, but I don't know, like
don't reveal it yet.
Yeah, like we'll see. I love the meaning and I like it, but I don't love it as much as the one that I want.
Okay.
Which really has no meaning. Yeah.
You just like the sound of it.
I just like the sound of it, but no meaning at all. No depth to it.
That's fine. Sometimes people put too much meaning, but Arin I think has a beautiful meaning, so that's good enough.
Yeah. Anyways,
but daughter's gonna look just like you, and look a little bit like Josh too. She's gonna be so beautiful. I was gonna say June 2025. That's one thing. One huge thing to look forward to, right?
Yes, for sure.
Lots of things to look forward to. And I think this is a very natural segue
Uh-huh.
into, just looking back on 2024. The reason why I really wanted to hop on today was, just to kind of look back on our year, talk about what
Yeah.
we're looking forward to in the new year.
Love it.
I feel
Yeah.
like for you especially, the year kind of like zoomed by because,
Mhm.
you're taking care of Hui, you're working,
For
and then you
sure.
you got pregnant towards the end of the year.
Mhm.
Um, for me, nothing too exciting other than like launching Honey Jam finally with you.
Yeah.
That was
Was that
huge.
when do we
2024.
when do we start?
Let me see.
Wow. It's been a year, huh?
Yeah, dude, it's I think it's almost been a year, but our first episode was in April 17th of this year.
Wow.
And so, I think that was when we were 30. So that's, I think, a big accomplishment that we were
Yes.
able to achieve
All props
as
to
a
you,
30-year-old.
Janice. You made it happen.
No, no, no,
I'm
no.
just a participant here.
This would not be alive with you and me together. So, we're going to keep this alive. I have big goals for Honey Jam. Do you have any goals,
Wow.
Jess? For
For
or
Honey Jam?
actually talk about 2024, yeah, and then like, whatever in 2025.
Well, yeah, I loved hearing about your resolutions. And it actually made me kind of like think about what I want to, I don't know, work towards in
Yeah.
2025, you know? Cuz
Yeah.
I didn't I really like I'm like you where I'm like whatever, dude.
Yeah. Like, why do I have to self-reflect?
Yeah.
Just live.
Yes, and like why do I have to set goals I know I'm probably not going to meet?
Yeah, exactly.
But hearing your goals, it's like, hey, they're actually very doable and it's
Mhm.
like mainly just to like better yourself, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
So what it's not a bad thing to like set goals like that.
Mhm. Mhm.
I don't know. I was like thinking about it. I was like, I want to be healthy too.
Yeah.
So like for sure, like I know with like again, like with my last pregnancy, I gained 50 plus pounds my
You
first pregnancy.
did?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And after like cuz there's like a gestational diabetes test that you have to take.
Yeah.
Um and after that test because I passed it or like there was nothing. I didn't have GD. I was
Mhm.
like, "Oh, yes, I could eat anything I want." And I was
Oh.
ravenous throughout my pregnancy, so I
Oh,
really
uh-huh.
didn't watch what, I was eating, and every time I went the doctor was like, like the curve of my weight gain was like intense, you know?
Uh-huh, uh-huh.
She's like, "Oh, you should kind of like watch your weight gain."
Oh, like, just
It
be
was like pretty
careful.
bad. Yeah.
Mm.
So I was thinking about it, and like throughout half of the year in 2025, I'll be pregnant.
Yeah.
So I just want to make sure that I take care of
Mm.
my health in that way, like watch
Mm.
my diet and have a healthy pregnancy.
Mhm.
So that's definitely one of my resolutions.
Yeah. Like, you mean like just watch what you eat a little
Yeah,
bit,
like
maybe walk
watching what
around
I
the
eat.
neighborhood.
Yes, yeah, because I didn't do anything like that. Like I didn't
Mm.
exercise. Like I just did whatever the hell I wanted in my first
Yeah.
pregnancy.
Yeah.
Um, and like I don't know. Yeah, I feel like after that, the recovery to like losing weight was hard, and
Uh-huh.
not that I even like tried, but it was just like it's even
I
harder.
mean, it didn't seem like you gained weight. Like, definitely not 50 pounds. That's
I
crazy.
gained 50 plus pounds.
I
So
guess that's normal though when you have a huge baby in your stomach.
well, okay, that's the thing. He was only like 6 pounds. He wasn't even like 7 pounds. So I was like, oh,
So it's just me.
also it was just me, like just gaining weight. Okay, cool, 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 cool.
Yeah.
So like, I just want to make sure this time around, like, I gain a healthy amount, just like
Mhm.
within the healthy curve,
Yeah.
and I don't
We
get
love that.
reprimanded by my doctor. Um,
Low key
so
fat
that's
shamed.
definitely one thing. Yeah, looking at shamed. And I want to encourage Josh to like hop on that train with me
Yeah,
because I think like whatever I eat definitely affects Josh too.
of
They
course.
say like the dads also gain weight like with
Yeah,
the moms just because
for
like
sure.
they're eating whatever like the mom is eating too.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I just hope like whatever I'm doing influences Josh well.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, that's like, and I don't know, like I just want to raise Hui well. I've been pretty
Mm.
impatient with him. So I think
Mhm.
like one thing I definitely want to do is like practice being like giving like three like chances
Uh-huh.
before like blowing up because
Like kind of like gentle parenting?
I mean, these days everyone I guess like gentle parents. Like no one
Mm.
really parents like how our previous generation our
Yeah,
parents
that's true.
parented.
Mhm.
But it's just like I feel like by the end of the day my patience is running thin
Yeah.
and I snap at him like
Mm.
"Hui," like stop it. And like
Yeah.
my expression, my tone, like I could tell like um is scary and like
Mm.
it's just I'm very I'm not slow to anger towards
Mhm.
Sweet.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
especially as he's becoming a teenager, like
Yeah.
it's getting hard. He's getting his own opinions and like,
Mm.
he's starting to tantrum more and fight back, push back. So I don't know. Like I realized like, oh wow. Like when I heard of moms, especially boy moms,
Mhm.
struggling with anger with their
Mm.
boys,
Mhm.
I never really understood because, he's always been such a baby to me.
Yeah.
But now that like, he's approaching that age where he's like kind
Mm.
of I'm like, oh wow, sin is innate and you know,
Yeah.
toddlers can be very, very sinful too.
Mhm.
I'm like, oh, I need to watch my anger and like tone and
Mm.
I just want to be more patient with him. So I
Yeah.
guess that is my goal, especially as he's
Wow.
gonna turn 3 in 2025.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
3 years old? That's crazy.
Yeah. So I don't know. I'll think about like other goals, but those are the two
Mm.
that come up in my mind for now.
Those are such great goals, Jess.
It's
It's
just all revolving motherhood, I guess. So
yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Any goals for Honey Jam?
Honey Jam.
The
You
future
know,
of Honey Jam.
future of Honey Jam. I hope that we can kind of like keep this, I don't know, like same vibe, same
Mm.
energy during the year because I think that's what our listeners enjoy
Yeah.
and appreciate. And yeah, I hope our listeners too, like whoever has been listening in 2024, they keep listening and
Mm-hmm.
they enjoy our future episodes.
Yeah.
And we enjoy and once you're back here in the States that we can, get more guests and I don't know, like
And freaking blow up. 다시 약간 욕심이 생겼어. Like
oh
I'm
really?
once again the fire is strong.
Dang.
Yeah,
You
I think
know,
it's because I'm just so like we're so lonely and bored out here now.
well, okay, another thing is 변우석 and IU's drama is coming out in 2025.
That is definitely on my list of things to look forward to because we love IU, so we're very happy about that, aren't we?
Yes, yes. And I know some of you listening, you guys
Mm.
started following us because you watched
Of Lovely
Lovely
Runner.
Runner. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we all love 변우석 here.
Yes.
And that is one thing I'm looking forward to for Honey Jam. That
That's
drama,
right.
the release of that drama and our debriefing of it.
Yes, I'm really
And
excited for that.
and the reels that will be popping off through that drama.
Do you know, actually, can I talk about that a little bit?
Yes.
In Korea, right? Like Pyeonusuk is
Uh-huh.
everywhere because I mean he's like the star right now.
Yes. The
Like
rising
A-list
star.
star. He is just
Yeah.
popping off everywhere, doing like so many commercials. His face is like plastered everywhere you go.
Like
And
I feel like
then
every year there's someone like that. That token,
yeah.
like you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
someone blows up and then that year they're just everywhere, right?
Yeah.
But
And like
this past year was 변우석.
yeah, and like the
Yeah.
marketing really works for people who are fans of Pyeonusuk or like
Yeah.
whoever is the star that year because
Yeah.
like I see him on a Baskin Robbins ad, I want to buy Baskin Robbins. I see him on like a Idea coffee, I want to go buy some coffee. And it's so funny because he also so my mom was in Korea for a little bit, and
Uh-huh.
then my mom was like, "Oh, I bought like some toothpaste," and then they gave me like a photo of this person. I don't even know who it is. And she said she was so confused. So she asked the cashier, like, oh, why are you giving this out? Like, 이거 왜 주는 거예요? And then they're like, oh, it's just, part of the promotion. And she's like, okay, like, what am I supposed to do with this? And turns out it's 변우석 too, doing a promotion for, was that like a fancy toothpaste, like ethanol or something? And 사실은 I really want to get that too for the photo card. So it's waiting for me at home because my mom didn't know who it was.
Yeah.
And she just got it just because he's like so popular. Anyways.
Wow.
Like every time we walk by a poster, I'm like, looking at it in secret because I don't want to show David that I'm like, obsessing over it.
I mean, but, your love for 변우석 has been like silently going very strong, which I'm very surprised about because we always make fun of Jan. If you guys know Janice, she too, like Korea, the nation of Korea, has different obsessions every year with different actors and celebrities. Yes, there's a trend. One year it was Jeong. Another year it was Kang Daniel. Kang Daniel was like pretty like a consistent one.
Yeah.
One was Kim Soo-yeon.
Yeah.
Another one was Lee Young-kwang. I can name all of them. Lee Young-kwang, Kim Young-kwang, Kim Young-kwang, and then another one was Son Seok-gu. That was a recent one.
Yes,
right?
that's right.
Yes,
that's right.
But they all just die down, fizzle down, one way or another. And it's really funny because she's obsessed with these celebrities, and then 갑자기 all of a sudden when she's not, she like makes fun of them and like they're no longer like, for example, and
I never liked him.
Makes fun of them. Like Jeong, you started making fun of his short fingers.
His hands are so small.
Yes, when you used to love that man. And like Son Seok-gu, you just think he's an ajoshi now because
he's so old.
Yeah, he's so old.
Yeah.
But 변우석, I will say,
it's going strong.
It's been going strong. Yeah, and I think it's because maybe you're in Korea.
For sure, it's like feeding into my obsession. Yes. But seriously, like David and I kind of had to have a serious talk, just because it was getting a little obsessive,
Really?
And like, I think, because it was like that one episode where you and I were talking about Lovely Runner, and he said like, it's fine if you like celebrities, but you are literally like lusting over him. And I'm sorry for being inappropriate, but he's like, you're like getting wet thinking of him and all these things. And I was like, what? That's not true. That's so not true. And he said it's because there's one thing that we said. I don't remember saying this, but he said that we talked about how we love the drama so much that we like almost picture ourselves as the girl character.
Oh.
And so he said it's too much. It's like, you're thinking about him more than you think about me. And then so I kind of
facts. Of course we are.
Yeah, I know. So then I felt bad because after all of these obsessions, like David's never complained about me having a crush on these celebrities, but I think it did get a little unhealthy with 변우석 maybe, and David like called me out on that, and so that's why I've been trying to look away from the posters. I bought a magazine for you and for me. He was on the cover of what magazine was it?
Excited.
Some magazine. Guess what? I didn't even crack it open yet. I didn't even look into it because I'm like, you know what? I am called to love my husband. And obviously I do. I do love my husband. He's my number one. But if it comes to a point where, we are having a serious conversation, like I can tone it down a little bit. So
I don't know why, but like your image right now, your shirt and your hair and your glasses, and me too, we both look so like 덕후, like 변우석, like 사생 fans or something right now. Like really creepy fans.
Yeah, exactly.
But no. Totally, David is totally right. Like, there should be a certain point where it's like, it's just fans. We appreciate his work and we really like him as a celebrity. We shouldn't ever, be obsessed and idolize this dude who we're never ever gonna see.
Yeah, here's a question though. He was saying like, what is the difference? There's like a double standard. What is the difference of a man lusting after like, Margot Robbie's boobs versus like a woman lusting after, emotionally lusting after
Uh-huh.
like a man and his character in a drama. And I was like, that it's
Mm.
different. It's so different.
Mhm.
One's physical and the other isn't.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I get it.
One seems a little dirtier to me.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like I'm not getting like aroused watching
Yeah.
this drama. You know what I mean?
I would beg to differ. His
Yeah.
graphic description of us getting wet.
I'm so sorry. It's so inappropriate and disgusting.
so
When I heard
gross.
that, I yelled. I was like, "What are you saying? That's disgusting. That's not how we work when we watch these dramas."
I don't feel like girls aren't like that. It's
No.
not. Maybe boys react like that to boobies, Margot Robbie boobies, but girls, it's more like 설렘, like butterflies. you know?
Right.
Yeah, it's like, oh my gosh, like so cute, and
Yeah.
that relationship and the like image, the scene, it's so beautiful.
Yeah,
It's so
and
romantic. Yeah,
obviously, we're both in happy marriages. We love our husbands so much. We would never trade that marriage relationship for anything else. It's just,
Yes.
it's a good story and you get invested in their chemistry. So all of this is to say,
yeah.
I'm kind of closing that chapter, like just slightly closing it, and then
Uh-huh.
when the drama comes, we will
Yeah.
be talking about it. And,
Well-
I'm so excited.
We'll reopen
Yeah.
the chapter.
We'll crack that
Yeah.
open.
Yeah.
And I'm just so glad that it's IU. Of all actresses,
Yes.
I'm so glad it's IU because I love her. We talked
And
about
she's-
it. We love her.
She's already dating too, right?
Wow, that's realistic. That's really realistic.
She's already dating, so
There's no chance.
Not that it matters. But yeah, I think they're going for that like height difference again. I use a very
Oh.
petite girl, and I think
Yeah.
like that's Koreans love that shiz, like
That's so true.
height difference, and like Pyeonseok's a really tall guy. But okay, also, did you see that the award ceremony where Kim Soo-hyun had no idea who Pyeonseok was? So funny.
Can you explain for people who
He
don't
was
know?
I don't really know the context, but I think they were like announcing like Eclipse, like one of the songs, or like I don't know, like
It was
He's
like
giving-
an
they were
award
giving an award?
for it was for like best OST, like soundtrack for a drama.
okay. Yeah. So it was like Sonagi, or like a song by Eclipse. right?
Eclipse, right?
Yeah.
Which is the band in the drama, not like
An
Pyeonseok's actual name. Yeah.
Like he was Pyeonseok's character was the lead like star of like band member
That
and
band.
singer
Yeah.
of Eclipse, which is a
Yeah.
fictional band.
Right. So that
But when they released the song, they still said it's by Eclipse, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
the band. And so like they're like, okay, like this award goes to Eclipse, and then Kim Soo-hyun's like his back is turned around and he's not even staring at Pyeonseok.
I think Pyeonseok is like expecting to insa to Kim Soo-hyun too. He's like
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
kind of looking at Kim Soo-hyun to like bow to him, but Kim Soo-hyun is literally like,
Where is this Eclipse? He's like
Yeah.
sitting right next to him.
it's like, dude,
So
you obviously
funny.
did not see Lovely Runner and you have no idea. And it's just
He's so clueless.
he's like 진짜 사천, but
Yeah.
that was really funny. We
Mhm.
also wanted to talk about. I'm sorry, we're just completely off on a tangent here, but
This is what it's about. The tangents.
I just wanted to talk about 오징어 Game a little bit because we both watched it.
Yep.
And
Loved it.
I don't know. Oh, you liked it? Yeah.
Well, I actually went in thinking like, okay, there's no way it's gonna be good
Yeah.
because the first one was too strong. But I
Yes.
was looking forward to it because it's such a star-studded cast.
Yes.
Like there's so many big names in the drama. And
exactly.
so I was like, I mean, they must have spent a lot of money in
Mhm.
So
For sure.
I like was I was excited for it. And by the end of the drama, David and I were like, oh, that was a lot better than we expected.
Yes. Yeah.
Is that how you
I went
felt too?
into it. I went into it because like I saw a lot of posts where people didn't really like season 2. They're like,
Yeah.
oh, season 1 was better. Like, there were just a lot of like criticism towards season 2.
Mhm.
So I kind of went into it thinking like, oh, it's not gonna be that good. I didn't have high expectations for it.
yeah.
When I watched it, I loved it. It was
Yeah.
so fun.
Yeah, except
Um,
Top was so cringe.
Can you do the top impression, please?
What does he say? He goes, welcome to the Thanos word. Hey, yo, welcome to the Thanos word. I don't know what you were talking about. A flower, I like you.
Pretty
It's
cringe.
just
Pretty cringe.
it's just he's the same character the entire time.
Yeah. Well, he gets the job done. It's like a very despicable character where it's
Yeah.
like, yeah, and it's
But
just, but
people were
then,
saying,
yeah,
like
go
the
ahead.
netizens were saying, like
Uh-huh.
it's cringe that he of all people is playing a character who's addicted to drugs because he got caught up into all the drug stuff in real life, like with
Yeah.
weed and stuff like that. So it's
Yeah.
like
And he's like a
ironic.
rapper. It is
Uh-huh.
ironic. But that, I feel like maybe that's like what he was going for. I don't know. Oh, who
Yeah.
cares? But yeah, top, a lot of big stars. Im Siwan,
Yep.
강하늘,
이진욱? 강하늘?
이진욱.
Dude, 강하늘
Yes.
was so funny. I didn't think he would
So
have like
good.
I mean, he's really good at the comedic relief role,
Yes.
but
Yeah.
I didn't think he would do that in the drama.
He so good. He's just like so natural at acting, and like
Yeah.
he has like a good sense for like, you know, the timing, comedic timing and humor.
Yes. Yeah.
So I loved Kang Haner's character. I
Mm-hmm.
surprisingly loved the transgender character who is played
Yeah.
by, I don't know
Park
his name.
Sung-hoon.
Is that his name?
Yeah, from The
The
Glory
actor?
and yeah,
Mm,
and
the bully
Queen of
from The Glory.
Tears. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. I love
He
that
was
actor.
he was the villain in both dramas, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, in those dramas, he was like, you know, very like slick. I don't know, just like a villainous character.
Mm-hmm.
But in, I mean, if you guys watch Squid Game 2, you know, no spoilers, but he plays a transgender,
Woman.
transitioning woman,
Yeah.
who was previously in the Korean army,
Yeah.
and like basically she's in the game to you know, I don't know, like relieve some debt and also complete her transition
Mm-hmm.
through
Mm-hmm.
surgery. But I thought there was a lot of criticism there too, because
Yeah.
they were like, why didn't you get an actual transgender woman to play
Right.
the role?
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, oh yeah, that is kind of weird, and it's interesting that he out of all the people decided to take on that role.
I
But
know.
I surprisingly like love that character so much. I don't
Yeah.
know what it was, like just like the pureness of that
Mm-hmm.
character.
And I think it was nice seeing him not as a villain for once.
Yes,
Because I
yeah, just
really
like,
like him.
yes, and there was just like a one really devastating scene in the later episodes. You
Mm-hmm.
probably know what I'm talking about, Janice,
Yeah.
where like he's just like crying.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Oh, he's so good at acting.
He's so good.
So
There's
good at
so
acting.
many good actors. You know, actually, who I also really liked in the drama?
Who?
I didn't tell you this yet, but I really liked Lee Jung-jae's best friend, who you know his friend who is
Oh,
also in the game, because he's like an ajoshi. Like I've never
yes.
seen him before. I only seen him in the first season, but
Yeah.
he has a pretty big role in season 2, and
Yeah.
I was really like impressed by his like natural acting.
Because he just like is like an ajoshi. He seems like
Yeah,
a actual Korean ajoshi who's playing
right.
the game. Yeah.
Yeah,
And I
he's
love
so
that
good.
scene where they have that conversation where he's like trying to
Mhm.
poke fun at Lee Jung-jae, and
Yeah.
like, you know, Lee Jung-jae's like actual kind of character comes out. That was a good scene where
Yeah.
he's like, hey,
That-
like that's the friend, that's the guy I know. Like, you know,
yeah. That friendship
I was
is
a little worried. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I
And
really
then-
like season 2.
Yeah, it was good because so many characters.
Yes. But a lot of
Um,
people were saying the opposite, that like there are too many stacked
and
characters.
like they didn't go into like the character stories
Yeah.
as much.
Yeah. So I
Yeah,
mean,
I
like,
could see
you know, not everyone will love it, and you know, a drama can't be perfect, but
Yeah,
we enjoyed it. So
it was good. I binged it in 2 days. Did you?
me
finish
too.
It?
Yes, I binged it in 2 days. Yeah.
Yeah.
What else? Like, I just thought the games were like so, I don't know, like relatable, because those
Yeah.
are the games we played when we were growing
Yeah.
up. Like Kongi. Oh, that scene was so good too, when Kangan was like
So fast.
yes. Apparently that scene was like someone else's hand, and he's like a
Mhm.
tarin, like a master of Kongi.
공기.
So they got literally a master of Kongi, like doing that
doing
scene,
it in like
but-
one take.
Yes, but that's so cool because it's so nostalgic. I used to play Kongi all the time growing
Yeah.
up.
Yeah.
And what else was there? Like the 짝짓기, like when you go to retreats, church retreats, or like when you're,
Dude,
I don't know, it's like that's like a classic game you play as a Korean American.
I was telling David, I get anxious like just playing the game, even like when like the stakes aren't that high, you get like so anxious when you're like left alone without a partner.
Yes.
You're just like, somebody. So I was like sweating during that scene. It was so good.
And it's funny because these are all like childhood games
Mhm,
where it's
mhm.
like it's supposed to evoke a lot of, I don't know, nostalgia and like
Yeah.
good feelings,
Yeah.
but it's ironic because it's like mixed with such like terror and
Horror.
death
Uh-huh.
and a lot of darkness. So
Yeah.
it makes you uneasy while you're watching it.
Yeah, exactly. I heard season 3, there's gonna be some other actors that are introduced,
Mm-hmm.
and it's gonna be
Okay, that is one thing I did not like. It ending on a cliffhanger and like them saying that season 3. That's one thing I'm looking forward to in 2025. A new resolution. Finishing
It's like,
freaking Squid Game.
why didn't they just release everything? I mean, it's all about money in the end. But season 3, they're bringing Kim Namgil, Ryu Jun-yeol, and Nam Ju-hyuk.
What?
Apparently, I don't know if it's 100% true, but that's what someone told me.
That's insane. All these stars want to like jump on the 오징어 bandwagon and like come to America or something.
But speaking of Ryu Jun-yeol, so after we binge watched 오징어 Game, we like David wanted to watch more things because we like had nothing to do. So we watched the 8 game in 2 days. Very graphic and gory and disturbing. I think more disturbing than Squid Game.
For sure.
I finished it all with him and it was like so addicting. Yeah. But at the end, I felt like I was going stir fry crazy because like we were at home for like 4 days straight just binging shows and my head started hurting. And that's when we busted out, for a Honey Jam episode. But I literally felt like I was in a game, like a Squid Game, 8 games, some kind of torture game, and I was dying.
Yeah.
But
I watched that too, and it's a very dark one, but you just can't stop after the first episode.
Yeah. And you guys know, here at Honey Jam, Jess and I, we appreciate the craft, the art of good acting.
That's right. Good acting, Korean dramas.
Yeah.
Korean entertainment. We're here to talk about it.
Good-looking actors.
Yeah. Our range is, it's huge. There's a huge gap. Lovely Runner and 오징어 Game and come on. It's not just about Ryu Jun-yeol here.
Yeah. The Notebook. I'm always thinking about The Notebook.
Why?
I don't know. I'm just always thinking about it.
People think it's terrible, but we love The Notebook.
Yeah, You know what's one movie that I love that people find very, very shocking because they think I'm an uncultured swine? One of my favorite movies is Inglourious Bastards.
Wait. I'm sorry. People criticize you for liking Inglourious Bastards?
No, they get surprised.
They get surprised because they're like, movies. Yeah, like that's a good movie. How do you even know it? How did you watch it? And why do you like it? Kind of thing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But I really like that movie. And like, low-key, I'm proud to say that I love that movie because it makes me look kind of cool. But it's so good. Like that movie too.
Great
Start
movie.
from the very beginning, the first scene. Just so
Love
much
it.
tension.
Love it.
Such a random Kangchu, but that's my Kangchu for this
dude.
episode.
Yes, if you guys didn't watch Inglourious Bastards, you guys have to watch it. We quote it consistently in that beginning scene. Au revoir, Shoshana. We love that movie. It's so good. Quentin Tarantino, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I think actually I watched Inglourious Bastards first before I watched any of his other movies.
Yeah.
But that movie made me wanna watch like more of his other
like
movies.
Django.
And then I think I watched Django after, and Django's freaking good too. Django's so good. Yeah.
But I just think Inglourious Bastards is the best.
You do a good Brad Pitt impression too.
What was it again? What is it? Italian? Italian.
He goes, he says like a specific Italian word, but in like a really twangy way.
It's so good.
That scene. Oh, it's so good. But I think like the star of Inglourious Bastard is the villain, that guy.
Yes. Yeah.
And like apparently Tarantino, like when he was like, he said the movie wouldn't have been made if they didn't find the perfect character, perfect
Oh.
actor for that
Uh-huh.
villain.
Uh-huh.
So they were like looking and like auditioning and like trying to look, but there was like really like no one who was
Yeah.
like kind of living up to that character. But
Yeah.
then I forgot his name, and I'm so bad for that because he's like super famous and like such a good actor.
Yeah.
But he said like when he auditioned, like he instantly knew
Oh,
like
that was gonna be him.
this guy like needs to be, you know, in the
It's
movie.
just so chilling the way he acts and like
He's a genius. I
evil.
think he like speaks like actually is fluent in like multiple languages.
Yeah.
And like
Christoph
that's what
Waltz.
yes, Christoph Waltz. And like that's what Tarantino wanted. Like he wanted
Yeah.
someone like perfectly fluent in like
Yeah.
German, in French,
Italian.
in English, yeah, in Italian, yeah.
So good. He's a
Oh,
genius. It's just so random that we're talking about it, but you know.
is that the one
It-
where the soldiers are like the counting one where they're
Yeah,
like
yeah,
three?
yeah.
Oh, that's
Drei.
so
Drei.
drei.
He says drei.
Oh, that
Oh
scene
my
is so
gosh.
intense too. There are just so many good scenes.
Yep.
I
I watched
great kanju.
I watched 300 last night for the first time.
Oh,
We're
wow.
just blazing through all these movies right now, Jess.
Good
as you can
movies.
tell.
Yeah.
So
300.
bored.
I don't remember much. I think I watched it too, but it came out when we were so young, I think.
Yeah, yeah.
I just remember the kicking scene, him kicking him into the well and like starting the war.
Yeah.
And then the like hunchback guy.
It's a good
And then I
movie.
think there's like a intense sex scene too, like between
You know, I did hear about that.
Yeah.
I watched it. I was like,
Nah,
not bad. Yeah, I think
Okay.
maybe it's because we were so young. It was like,
it
oh
felt
my
like
gosh.
that. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Speaking of movies and sex scenes, I'm so sorry. So basically, when Danielle was here, right?
Uh-huh.
We were like, she loves movies, like especially Korean, you know, the CGV movie experience is a little different because, you know, their popcorn's really good. The movie's so cheap. You can watch a movie here, you know, like at the peak time, it's like, it was $9 US dollars.
Wow.
Crazy, so cheap. So then we're like, okay, we have to watch a movie, but we were like very limited on time because
Yeah.
Danielle was here only for like a few, you know, just like a couple days. So
Uh-huh.
we're like, okay, let's watch this movie. It's supposed to be a thriller, and
Yeah.
it's called what is it called again? Oh, Hidden Face. And it's about
Wait,
basically.
did you talk about this last time? No, we FaceTimed about it, right?
we basically it has Song Seung-won, who is like, you know, an old-time A-list actor, not the best actor, but he's been around for so long, very handsome.
You can think of him as like the 90s Pyeonwoo or something. Early
Yeah.
2000s Pyeonwoo.
Yeah. Her heartthrob, but
Yeah.
just not that talented.
Yeah.
He got a lot of attention because like before this movie, he was in another movie called like 인간 중독, right? It has
Obsession.
it has the Glory, Im
Yes, the
Ji-yeon,
bully
the
girl.
main bully in it,
Mhm.
and that's actually how she got famous because there was like a crazy sex scene in that movie.
Yeah. It was very like sensual and like
Yeah,
graphic. Yeah.
so Song Seung-won got like kind of big from that movie again because so many people were talking about that scene.
Yeah.
So anyways, he's in this new movie called Hidden Face, and we're like, oh, it seems like it's gonna be kind of scary. It's about like him and like his fiance, and it's like she gets, you know, trapped in their house, and some things like happen, you know.
Yeah.
And then turns out it's actually very similar to 인간 중독. In
Yeah.
fact, it's the same director, and it has like the same actors in both of the movies.
His wife is literally the same actress as well, right?
Yeah,
Cho Yo-jung?
yeah.
Yeah.
And it was actually so yahe. It was very what do you call it? Explicit.
Yes.
Lots of sex scenes.
Yeah.
And Danielle and I were just like,
the other girl is actually really young too, I think.
Is
she's
she?
like she's like born in 1990 like 4 or like
oh wow, which that's not very young anymore.
I mean it's not young, but compared to
Song
Song
Seung-won, yeah.
like it's not young, but there's a huge age gap between her and Song Seung-won
Yeah,
because he's
yeah.
like in his what, like 50s almost, no?
I know. And so
Yeah.
Danielle and I were watching, we're like, oh my gosh, this is like not what we were expecting. And then
Yeah.
in the end, turns out there's like a crazy twist. Like she's actually, it seems like she's trying to break up their marriage and like, you know, she tries to tempt Song Seung-han, but
Yeah.
actually she has a relationship with Song
The
Seung-han's
wife.
wife.
Yeah.
And so they're like, you know, a couple almost. It's like freaking
Yes.
weird though. It's like a very weird, like slave kind of relationship, like sex slave relationship.
It's giving me like handmaiden vibes.
Yeah,
That the
except
yeah.
very rushed and like it just didn't make any sense. So many plot holes,
Yeah.
and the movie just ended so abruptly. And Danielle and I just like left this kind of like a bad taste in our mouths, and we're just like, and it
you said
sucked
you were
because
laughing
yeah,
during like yeah.
in the entire time I could not take it seriously because Hong Seung-won was so bad at acting. He has this really weird face when he's doing it. It's just really uncomfortable
When
And
he's
so-
banging.
when he's banging. And like Danielle was so annoyed too because she couldn't even get her popcorn because we were like in a rush to get into this movie theater, which actually didn't have freshly popped popcorn. They were only selling like to go boxes. So we ended up not even buying popcorn. She was like, I'm sitting here without my popcorn, watching this very uncomfortable scene with my friend next to me. Like what am I doing here? It was like a complete waste of our 2 hours.
And Janice sent me, I don't know, like a specific scene or like the trailer where she was like talking about a scene where Song Seung-han is about to kiss like the girl, and like he makes like this weird like like sound, like a breathing sound, and that specific scene like comes out in the trailer.
Yeah.
I was like, ew. Like he's literally like
I'm like, damn, dude, Song Seung-won lost his touch. He used to
he's
be a
still
hot shot.
very handsome, like very timeless face.
Yeah.
But I don't know why he keeps taking. Maybe it's because he got so much attention through 인간 중독 that he wanted
Yeah.
to like, I don't know, relive that again. But
But
I
literally, this movie, he just did it just for the sex scenes. It just seemed like that. There's no like depth in the character.
yeah,
He just bangs a bunch of girls. That's it.
that was like that for his like that previous movie too. Like there was. It's like no substance to the movie.
At least there was
just,
kind of like a storyline. You know, that one. It was like a little exciting. I don't know.
Yes, but I mean, even that, it was like it's just straight up porn. Like,
Yeah.
why?
Yeah.
And I don't know. It was like I guess like it was shocking that he was doing it because he's known
Yes.
to do more like wholesome roles and like
Yeah.
you know.
And he loves God. Apparently, he's Christian.
There's no way. No, but you know he came out on U Quiz and it made me really like him again. I mean, I've never been like. He's just an old ajushi to me, so like I've never been interested in him. But then after watching the U Quiz interview, I'm like, oh, like he's actually like a really genuine, like funny guy, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
He talks about how like one of the MCs Choseo, he's like this comedian who like now is like hanging with Yoo Jae-seok and like you know is like a pretty well known MC now. But he had this huge wedding with like all the celebrities who came, and then Song Seung was talking about how like, oh, like I really wanted to go just like because if I don't go to this, it seemed like I'm a celebrity who's like kind of behind, you know?
Oh, because it's
So
like the hot event.
Yes, he's like, this is like a marker of like all the hot celebrities who like went, you know?
Oh wow.
He like talks about that and like they were
Very
like
honest.
dying because they were like, dude, you're Song Seung-won, like why are you going to freaking Choseo's wedding and like waiting in line to get like a meal ticket and stuff. But yeah, after I watched that, I was like, he's a good dude, but I wish he would just do more, I don't know, like wholesome roles again.
Yeah,
you know?
I think it didn't work the second time.
Yeah.
But,
you know, I feel like he could take on like serious roles like Kongyu too, like roles like that, like in Squid Game.
Sure.
And I feel like he could like do that, but he's really got to step out of those yahan roles. Like,
it's just so bad. So bad.
Yeah, but I'm sorry that you had that experience with Daniel. I feel like you always have like some. Isn't that your second movie that was a failure? The first time you guys like watched like another, right? Like not that good of a movie.
In
you guys
Korea?
were trying to. you guys were trying to avoid a certain movie
Yeah.
with Kim Go-eun and the other one, but then you ended
Yeah.
up watching, I don't know, like another movie that was just as bad or something.
It was this movie. That was this movie.
Oh, it was.
It's terrible. Terrible movie. But you know, we watched Wicked.
Uh,
Wicked
you
was
did?
amazing. Yeah.
Who did you watch it with?
Well, actually, Danielle wasn't there. So, yeah, Danielle didn't have a good movie experience. Only I did.
Wicked was good. That's another movie.
Yeah.
Kangchu. That's my Kangchu. Watch Wicked.
I know. If you haven't watched it, what are you doing?
Today's our movie Kangchu.
It is. It's been a long time since we had a pop culture catch up. So
yeah, Wicked.
there it is.
I really enjoyed Wicked. I thought Cynthia Erivo was well casted. Ariana Grande was surprisingly so good as Glinda the Good.
Yeah. I cried
don't know.
twice in the movie.
Yeah, I mean, maybe it's because you told me you cried. I was like anticipating.
You didn't cry?
I cried during the dance scene when they kind of reconcile. That's when I cried because I thought that was like very well executed.
Yeah.
And I know, like, I think you cried during Defying Gravity, right?
Mm-hmm.
That scene, it was more voice. Like my heart was like swelling. Like, oh my gosh, she's like amazing. And like, I don't know, just like that liberating scene where she's like finally defying gravity and like, oh, so good.
The song is still like, we still sing it every day, basically.
Her voice is so powerful.
Yeah.
And it's like different from the original, you know?
Yeah.
What's her name?
Idina Menzel.
Yeah, Idina Menzel.
Is that her name?
Yeah, Idina Menzel. Like, it's different from the original Alphaba. I feel like every Alphaba has kind of like a nasally, kind of like very.
You know what, Jess? Why don't you sing us a verse? You know, I think we're trying to start a new corner, right? Where we sing a song or two.
Scrap that corner. It was supposed to be. We wanted to do a corner with the guests, where like the guests come, and like I kind of wanted to be like, oh, like, you know, sing us, you know, like a verse of your favorite song or like something that you've been, you know, feeling these days. But scrap
kind
it.
Of like it's kind of like our good friends, the Living Room Pod. They have a Doria section, right? Where they share like a song of the week.
Yes,
it's kind of like that, except we make our guests sing it.
We make our guests sing it, exactly. Yeah.
Maybe it'll happen.
Yes, maybe in the future.
Yeah,
with our guests. I think it'll be fun. I think it's
so
totally
if
dope.
you can't find me, look to the western sky.
Someone told me lately, everyone deserves a chance to fly.
Very good.
So good.
And if I'm flying so low, at least I'm flying free.
And then the last riff. Whoa. Wait, what is it? Whoa.
Tarzan, yeah.
It's really hard because she changed it. She changed the riff. Yeah,
for sure. No, it's impossible.
It's so hard. Have you seen that challenge where they do the Wicked Defying Gravity riff challenge? It's so funny when people
like you can't laugh.
Yeah. Anyways, watch Wicked if you haven't. I heard Wild Robot is really good too.
Oh yeah.
I really want to watch Wild Robot, but I
think it's on Amazon Prime or something.
Yeah. So I don't know. If you guys watch Wild Robot, tell me how it was, because I really want to watch it.
Yeah. Well, thank you for catching up with us. I know we talked about movies, but we love movies here on the Honey Jam Pod. And again, we're really excited for 2025, right, Jess?
Yes, for
sure. Lots of things to look forward to.
For sure.
It's going to be a bright 2025. Year of the Snake. Oh, so Arin's going to be a Pemti.
She's a Pemti, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Not a ideal.
But you know, actually, Pemtis are known to be wise.
Oh, okay.
So she's going to be wise.
I actually don't know any Pemtis. I think my Chinarmani was a Pemti, but yeah. I don't know. It's not like a pretty animal. Not that
not like
my animal. Yeah, not like a bunny.
Or like
not like a tiger, you know, like I wish it was a cow. That would have been perfect.
Yeah. 소띠, that'd be cute.
소띠, yeah. But yeah, we're chickens, so there we go.
We're cocks.
Here we go.
Any other words before we say goodbye to our last and final episode of 2024?
Wow. You know what, guys? Thank you so much for listening since April. Thank you so much for tuning in and loving us and supporting us. We hope you guys can continue to look forward to our episodes in 2025. We hope you guys have had a Merry Christmas and have a Happy New Year with your loved ones and finish off this year strong. And yeah, we're your MCs, Honey Jam, who are supporting you in some type of way. We hope our episodes bring you joy, bring you comfort, bring you laughter.
Yeah.
But just know that we are also comforted and feel loved and supported by you guys, just by you guys tuning in to us. So thank you guys.
That's right. Please follow us on Instagram. Let's, rack in those numbers, you guys. Show us some
Dude.
support.
Janice is feeling very 욕심쟁이, motivational.
I'm the only thing I'm thinking about is like, what can I do for Honey Jam? What can we,
I love it. I love this
Danielle
energy.
calls me a monster, though. She calls me a content monster.
Content monster.
Yeah, I am a content. I'm gonna embrace it.
Wait, Danielle, can you cry into the mic? Hold on. You monster.
So yeah, follow us on Instagram, and you know what's huge? Follow us on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Yeah.
Oh yeah, thank you guys.
170 followers on the podcast.
Dang! Thank you guys for tagging us in your Spotify. What is it? Wrapped.
Yep.
Yeah.
Quick shout out to once again Taylor, Diana's boyfriend Taylor. He might possibly be our only white male listener. So
very out of our target audience, but we appreciate you, Taylor and Diana.
Yeah.
He apparently loves listening to us, and we appreciate you, Taylor. And we really want you to be our future guest soon.
We do.
So once Janice is back, we hope we can get to know you more, because you are an anomaly to us. But thank you again.
Yeah. You guys, we will see you guys in the new year.
Yes.
Everyone, please stay safe, and we will see you next time.
새해 복 많이 받으세요. Happy New Year.
새해 복 많이 받으세요. Bye.